It's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
Hello everyone and welcome. My name is M.A.T.E and today we are playing as Lord Roose Bolton, Lord of the Dreadfort and the Leech Lord. The aim of this playthrough is to try and take the north, as Lord Bolton always wanted to do. And in terms of characters, we've got Ramsay, who is our bastard 3-year-old son. We started in Robert's Rebellion rather than the Clash of Kings, just for something a little bit different, see what happens. So Aerys is still on the throne, and it also gives us a primary opportunity to make some gains elsewhere. So we are currently the Lord of the Dreadfort and Spymaster of the North. Stats wise we are pretty good. Good diplomacy, decent martial, decent stewardship, very good intrigue, exceptional intrigue, and decent learning. We're also notably a torturer. We're quick, which Ramsay also gets. Our heir, however, is Domeric Bolton, who is 2 and is a poet at the age of 2, which is lovely to see. And we need to pick an ambition. Our wife as well is a Risewell, so we are allied with the Rills across the way. Now, in terms of the general setup of the North, we are the most powerful vassal of our liege lord Eddard Stark. So Eddard, of course, still alive and supporting Robert in his campaign against Aerys. But as you can see, we are his top vassal in terms of power, followed by the White Harbour, the Last Hearth, and Carhold. Now, pretty much all of our neighbours. So, based on our opportunity for expansion, gonna look to expand and claim Carhold. The reason for doing so is we can get a little bit of ships should we need to travel further south, and they're the weakest of our foes, so should be the easiest for us to defeat. Meanwhile, we could get an alliance with White Harbour, and with the combined forces there, with about another 3,000 troops coming from Carhold, and the 4,000 coming from the White Harbour, plus our 5,000, that is a big dent into Eddard's levy. Now, in terms of our ambition, what choices do we have? We can gain an honorary title, which doesn't really benefit us. Of course, we do want to become a higher lord, but we do importantly want to have some children to form some alliances. So potentially having 5 kids will do us some good. So we'll put it on that for now. We're not going to have Roose fighting. My wife's not that keen on me, so we'll send her a little bit of money just to improve relations. And let's look about hiring some better court people, because at the moment they are not the best. Particularly financial and getting claims is going to be important, so we want a good justicar. So let's see who we can find. Who is willing to join the court with good diplomacy? In fact, not many, but there is a Reachman with us, so we'll invite him. It is only a 12, but still it's better than we have. In terms of marshal, however, there are some pretty good marshals. There's a young marshal here. I was tempted to invite Moores, who has a claim on Last Hearth, which we might do, because he might be potentially quite valuable for us with that claim. You have a claim on Bywater, but we probably won't use that. Anyone good with stewardship? We've got a Reachman who is very good with stewardship, so let's invite you. And the reason we're going to do this is because none of them really are powerful vassals of mine, the only one being the Spymaster, the Lord of High Point. So in terms of the actual Dreadfort's vassals, we've got 3 vassals we start with. High Point, Ethering, which we have, and Overton as well. We have no boats available to us at all, so that's something to bear in mind, and the vast majority of our levy comes from our personal troops. So, when we go to war, we are going to have to finance it. So let's roll the tape very slowly. We may well get involved in the, well, we will be at war with Ares by default, as our liege lord has gone to war. We can decide upon the civil war sides, but for now we are just not going to care. So Morse Crowford has come. He's widowed. It would have been good if we could have married him to the family, but that's okay. And as we are quite the sort of I suppose evil character, we're not going to be trying to soothe everyone. If we have to become tyrannical, we will. You want minimum feudal taxes? I'm not sure that I do want minimum feudal taxes. I'd rather keep my money, thank you. As you can see, we're not making much money at all. William Withers has joined, and he is going to become our Justicar. Immediately against us. However, actually before we do that, which region has a better... or we could just go for Carhold itself. Might as well go for Carhold itself. Fabricate claims. We might even be able to get Rickard bend the knee to us, if we can then fabricate a claim on the High Lordship of Carhold itself. Now, you are going to become my treasurer, because money is going to be more important than actually overseeing the realm. You're both 11, so you can stay. And a better fighter, Moors or Montford? Probably, I suppose Moors is 54. Let's go with Moors. He's not necessarily got that much longer left, but we can appoint... Right, so we've got some pretty abysmal commanders all around. Let's get Montford in and William. Also need to get a couple of bodyguards. Moors and Montford are definites. Also got another torturer. Is he... Oh, Heek Reek. Interesting. Who are you? What's your family? Not much known about him. Is he the original Reek? Anyway, we've spent time investigating one of my liege's vassals, and you feel that you've gathered enough information to gain leverage that would discourage the vassal from supporting conspiratorial factions. That's fine. Spy Master, you can start your scheming, and indeed we can just proselytize. However, we have... Oh, we can craft a weirwood weapon. It's going to cost us 200 gold and piety of 100. That's cool, though. I didn't know that was a thing. Well, that might be something nice to do. In terms of our treasury, we have a fine set of armour. Quality 2 gives us 15 prestige and 10 combat skill. We could look to see who we can possibly get as allies. I'm going to be looking for Northmen pretty much solely. Ah, my wife's pregnant. Good, good, good. We could get a Frey, because the Freys aren't that far away. And to be fair, she's actually quite good trait-wise. That would give me an alliance with the Crossing. We are only 3, it's a way off yet. I think we'll wait for now. So Axel Florent wants to be married, so we'll find him someone nice. And that might also endear him into our family. We do have a household guard, which is interesting. So we can improve levies and increase the levy size. Meanwhile, how are you doing in your war? At the moment, 0%. Okay. In terms of plots, we can kill an awful bunch of people. We can also fabricate a claim on the north, but we need to own the capital. Culture is the same. So there's a few things here. We also need higher prestige. We don't get an immediate claim on anything. I also need to choose a regent, so I'll probably put one of my lords. We'll just put Lud, as he seems to be more happy with me than the other one. Jill, sure, and you can also be a bodyguard, so we have a full retinue of bodyguards. And in terms of troops, total is 6,270 that we'll be able to rally to our call. That's much, much more than Carhold will be able to do. I can declare war for Last Hearth for Moors, which is something we may well do. My wife is pregnant, so we could spend the gold and increase her health. Or we could just feed her. We'll spend the gold. And my vassal has gotten married, so he's pleased. Although he still hates me, but that's fine, that's fine. Meanwhile, maybe we should do this. Do you have any allies? He's got the potential for an alliance with White Harbour. We have no other alliances bar the Rills, and the Rills is looking pretty weak. Only being able to bring about 1,500 troops to the party. But having an ally in Last Hearth would not be a bad move at all. I'm just thinking, do we do this now? He obviously won't become our vassal, but he will greatly like us. But he's 54. He's got no... well, he has got kids. But he's widowed. I mean, it kind of seems a bit pointless. I think we concentrate on Carhold for now. And Rickard Karstark. And trying to take down his bloodline. Interestingly enough, we're not a character of any famous bloodline, which is disappointing. Daemon, we will not educate. We do need to keep an eye on potential people to marry, though. Skinner, we won't educate. These are some great names, though. Looks like the war is slowly kicking off in the south. Let's have a quick gander there, see what's going on. Big old army of the Reach in the south. The North's armies coming down. Not much of the Stormlands to be seen, so they may well have paused their attack for the minute. Maybe we will just go and attack him. Gives our troops some things to do. Wow, we actually gained the charitable trait there at a 15% roll. Increases our diplomacy. Actually, it's not a bad trait to have. goes completely against all his other traits, but that's fine. I think we are going to declare war, so let's declare war for our vassal, or not even our vassal really. See what the North says about it. If he kicks off, well then, we will deal with that as and when. Meanwhile, we will take him off leading troops as soon as we can. It's a few days actually, so not bad at all. From now, and he will lead my armies into battle. Moors, Montford and Gior. And we need to bear in mind the terrain in the north is very mountainous. So if we can indeed sit in the mountains, that would be quite good. Even hills will be good enough. So we're fully hills apart from there, so this is the Lonely Hills is the dangerous one. So I think we're going to move straight into it if we can. New commander on the wall, Dennis, Lord Commander of the Night's Watch. He's moving into Carhold, which is fine. I'm happy for him to do that as long as he doesn't take the hills. That's just the one thing I don't want him to do. A plot brewing in Widow's Watch. So we've had another son, Norrin Bolton. Thank you for having me in your household. You've accepted a place with Eddard Stark. So we've lost our treasurer, unfortunately. Which is a big pain. My wife begs a private audience. She wants a handmaiden, that's fine. Happy to give her that. That's Arctic. Awful lot of people... Right. We could just go to the last river. In fact, why don't we just march on to Last Hearth if he's going to sit there. And we can siege him out of his keep. He's going to try and siege out the Dreadfort, which has a garrison of 2,600. That's a 7 fort, we are an 8 fort. Oh good, we got a little bit of money. That'll be helpful as we will be hemorrhaging money here. I think we have to do the battle because the war score in this sort of situation will be much lower. Interestingly enough, Ares is winning, but there is a big battle going on here which the North seems to have won, which will do a big dent into the war score there. Back down to minus 10%. Meanwhile, we are going to go into battle with Osric of the Last Hearth. Is this mountains? It's hills, so we will get a disadvantage here. But we need to take the attack to them. Aerys has taken his last breath. Ooh, okay. Aegon takes the throne. And we have ceremoniously destroyed Last Hearth. I'm going to go straight up to the Lonely Hills because he can no longer besiege the Dreadfort. How do we want Ramsay to be educated? We don't. I haven't got the money. And we are already in debt. So the sooner we can get this war over with, the better. Have to be another battle here. Which puts us at 56, and then I think we're going to go straight to Last Hearth and besiege. We are ill, unfortunately. But we're back to good. He is going to siege Ethering, which is a pain. I could split the army in half and have one half go. In fact, no, you stay here and continue sieging, and we'll send the 3,000 troops down. led by Moors. Hopefully he doesn't die in battle. Ramsay needs someone to educate him. Well, there's probably no one better than Roose himself. So we'll have Roose do it. My bannerman, Lord Lad, has caught Grayscale. Oh dear. Yikes. Looks like the ruler of the Last Hearth has passed. Right. I watched my son Ramsay at play with other children. Do we want him to be greedy? He needs the birch. He could become charitable. Gains the trait greedy, which gives him... Ooh, national tax modifier though is pretty good. Successful siege of Last Hearth. Umber couldn't be found, but that is victory for us. And that is a total success in this war. Can we form an alliance with you? We can indeed. So it was worth it because we were able to form an alliance, and he is somewhat grateful that we pressed his claim. We do, however, need a new Master at Arms. What we'll do is we'll swap him out, and Montford can come as that. Meanwhile, we will disband you. So, if we do go to war with Carhold, we're in a pretty good situation. The only thing that isn't a good situation is monetarily. We are quite bad in terms of finances. And we also need a new commander. Let's see if we can get any new people to come along to us. Yeah, another Northman. Osric Umber, who also has a claim on Last Hearth, so if all else fails, there's another one we can call. So my Master at Arms can start training troops, and we need to appoint Osric as a commander, and probably also a bodyguard. Meanwhile, everyone's doing their bit. Anyone better as a Justicar? Because just 12 is not really that good. Looks like 12 is the best I'm going to get at the minute. I do want my son to be educated. We could spend the gold. I know we don't have it, but quite frankly, no one is going to reject me at this stage. We could have a marriage with Kyra the Spy Master. She's very good. He's a commander of the North, interestingly enough. I think what we will do is end the episode here. Hopefully next episode we might gain some ground in terms of getting a relationship, or getting a claim rather, on Carhold. Pretty nice to have an alliance with Last Hearth, so we have the third most powerful house and myself as allies, in addition to the Rills should we need them for another 1500 troops. All of us to take on Rickard should I need to call them in, which I don't think we will. We don't want him to be honourable, we want him to be ruthless. But with that, we will end this episode. Please do like, comment and subscribe. Do let me know how you think we should continue. Any suggestions that you might have. And I will see you all in the next episode.